You're very welcome. Very welcome back to another lovely session in the Seamus Ennis Arts Centre. We have a very special guest, Zoé Basha, who we're looking forward to hearing from a little bit later. Some French American influence and some traditional Irish songs as well. So really looking forward to that. And over on the Webiverse, over on Zoom, we have our co-host for the first time filling in the duties, Michael Steen. So can we all welcome Michael Steen, our co-host on the internet there?
Hello, people in the room.
Turn him up in the room now as well, and you can say hello one more time for us, Michael.
Oh, hello, people in the room. I'm in the
there
Zoom.
We go. Brilliant. So I see some of our regular Zoom singers there that I'm looking forward to hearing from. But maybe to kick it off in the room, we'll go down to this table right here in the middle. Is it going to be Connor Sweetman or is it going to be Sean Faulkner? So Sean there is going to kick us off with a song, and later we'll be going to our special guest, and we have lots of exciting sessions upcoming to tell you about, all building up towards our big Tradfest January session where we have Moya Brennan. It's going to be our special guest that night here in January. So, but for now, no time like the present. Sean Faulkner is going to kick us off with a song here.
Come all you tender parents, and listen here unto my sad tale. With a heavy heart and a troubled mind, I will relate to you the same. My dying declaration, I hope it will a warning be to the rising generation, for to keep them from the gallows tree. Bernard McCann, it is me name, and the truth of this I'll ne'er deny. In Newton Hamilton I was born and reared by parents tenderly, to give me good education. The greatest care and pains they took, but to my condemnation the path of virtue I forsook. In Castle Blaney I was bound an apprentice to the baking trade, with Patrick Quigley where my time was spent in very honest ways. Then I went unto Dromore, that lies within the county Down, where employment there I did seek, as a journeyman with Adam Sloan. The maize race is coming on, for recreation I was inclined, and with the giddy multitudes I ran, no hurt nor harm was in my mind. On the 20th day of July, my money had been all gone, and intoxicated from the races, 'tis then that I did journey home. Where I lay weighed on McAdam, for to murder him I did intend, and to rob him of his money, which has brought me to this shameful end. After this dreadful deed, his body into the canal I threw, and to the town of Galway my course I straightway did pursue. There I changed my name to John Hughes, hoping justice to escape thereby. But the ever-seeing Providence, he would not let that murder die. In Galway I got married, and I spent 10 years all in that town. I had 23 acres of free land and savings of £1,500. At the height of all me splendour, I ne'er enjoyed peace or content, till I was apprehended, and to Downpatrick I was sent. At 29 years of age, I now have to resign my life and leave behind me to bewail 5 children and a loving wife. May the Lord have mercy on this soul, a poor and a wretched man. And whoever reads these verses, say a prayer for Bernard McCann. Shinawell.
Thank you, Sean. If you just want to swivel that mic. Actually, Catherine, would you sing us one? Would you have one ready? Oh, fair play. Fair play to you. And Connor, we might get one from you afterwards if you're up for it, and then we'll go over to Zoom to let Michael say hello.
Long time ago, in the woods of Gortnamona, I thought the birds were singing in the blackthorn tree. But oh, it was my heart that was ringing, ringing, ringing for the joy that you'd be bringing, oh, my love, to me. Long time ago, in the woods of Gortnamona, I thought the wind was sighing round the blackthorn tree. But oh, it was the banshee that was crying, crying, crying. And I knew my love was dying far across the sea. Now if you go to the woods of Gortnamona, you'll hear the raindrops creeping through the blackthorn tree. But oh, it is the tears that I'm weeping, weeping, weeping for my love that lies sleeping far away from me.
Margaret Catherine, Piniento. Now, so Connor Sweetman, what did you sing for us? Another local attendee of the session here.
Cool. You matchless nine, to my aid incline, and assist my genius whilst I declare my lovesick pain for this beauteous dame, whose killing charms did me ensnare. Sly little Cupid has left me stupid, in grief I mourn, for upon my oath my frame's declining. I'm so repining for Hannah Healy, the pride of Howth. She's tall and slender, so young and tender, modest, mild, and so sublime. For education in Erin's nation, there's none to equal this nymph divine. I wish to gain her, but I can't obtain her. I'd fondly court her, and for that I'm loath, lest I should tease her, or once displease her, sweet Hannah Healy, the pride of Howth. At 17, this maid serene my heart attracted, I will allow. I thought her surely a goddess purely, or some bright angel, on that I'll vow. Since then I languish, my heart's in anguish, a deep despair, it has curbed my growth. None can relieve me, you must believe me, but Hannah Healy, the pride of Howth. In all Olympus, I'm sure no nymph is to equal her that I do admire. Her matchless features surpass all nature. Alas, she has set my heart on fire. Not even Flora, or the bright Aurora, or the beauteous Venus from the briny Froth. I'm captivated, I do repeat it, by Hannah Healy, the pride of Howth. Each sunny morning young men come swarming to view this charmer taking the air. She is so enchanting, they are all panting to gain her favour, I do declare. But still they're fearful, and by no means cheerful. The greatest hero, you'll find him low. Don't dare entreat her or supplicate her, so bright an angel is the pride of Howth. I'll stop my writing and my inditing, I see it's useless for me to fret. 1 pound of trouble or sorrow double will ne'er atone for 1 ounce of debt. I'll resign courting and all like sporting, Cupid and Hymen I'll shun them both, and raise my mind from all female kind. So adieu, sweet Hannah, the pride of Howth. Shinawil.
Thank you, Connor, Catherine, and Sean there. Lovely stuff. Michael, if you're there, we might have a couple of singers on Zoom.
Fantastic. Hi, everybody. I hope you can hear me believe it or not, we do have internet in County Meath, so I can zoom in. But we have a great crew of singers joining us. In the Zoom room, we have two singers from Meath, myself included there, two in Donegal, one coming in from New York State in the USA. The UK, we have a singer joining us from the UK, Dublin, and even all the way down from Wexford. So we have a great crew here on the Zoom, and lovely to hear the first three songs. Well sung, everybody. So for our singers, how many would you like me to call, Fergus?
If we can get through three, that would be wonderful. There's wonderful singers there, as you said.
Amazing, cool. Well then, maybe to kick us off, a stalwart of the Zoom singing. He's taking a sup of some good-looking black stuff on the screen at the moment. Maybe if Gavin Byrne would sing the first song, and then maybe if we could hear from Elaine and Melinda for our three singers, that would be great. Thanks for your patience, everybody. It's my responsibility to unmute the singer. Otherwise, we'll just be staring at Gavin sitting by the hearth there. So I'm going to ask to unmute you, Gavin, and you have to accept my unmuting. And then the floor is yours, sir. Oh, it appears you're muted again. So I've asked to unmute.
Now.
There you are. Hey, my man. Good to see you.
How are you, lads? Good to be here again. I'll give a little thing I put together called The Ode to Frank Hart. I suppose you could call it a newly composed Napoleonic ballad. When first I found Trad's song, I was terrified. Kept thinking I could never sing with ye all by my side. But then I spent so many nights working on that one old song. But it was long, and me memory's not that strong. So now this crack, here in this place, I just came in here for a pint and now Napoleon's in me face. I should have picked a different song, I should have sung a different key. If I'd have known about that young girl from Maher Ali. Go on now, go, I'll sing no more about that little Frenchman lying on Helena's shore. Wasn't he the one who tried to make the Russians cry? Did he plan for winter? For his men will surely die. Oh no, not I. Although I strive, oh, as long as I know how to sing, all songs I will revive. But I've a shorter one to give, with 20 verses cannot live. I'll sing just 5. I'll sing just 5. Nya. I took all me inspiration from a man called Hart, but after half a dozen verses I just fall apart. I spent so many nights getting ready for to sing, my throat was dry. But now I'll have another try, and you'll hear me sing something new, not that 20 verses epic that I thought I knew. Because I felt like dropping 10, then changed it to 15. Now I'll only sing 5 verses of Maher Ali. Go on now, go. I'll sing no more about that little Frenchman lying on Helena's shore. Wasn't he the one who tried to make the Russians cry? Did he plan for winter? For his men will surely die. Oh no, not I. Although I strive, oh, as long as I know how to sing, all songs I will revive. But I've a shorter one to give, with 20 verses cannot live. I'll sing just 5. I'll sing just 5. Nya. Shame.
Mighty stuff. Late 70s disco meets Frank Hart. I think we're in rarefied air with that number. Thank you very much, Gavin. Looks like I'm spotlighted up here. So you can tell I'm dusting off the old Zoom skills here. My next
great.
singer, if you can remind me, Fergus, who I had lined up. how embarrassing. I forgot the second person who I called.
Was it Melinda? No, was it Melinda? There's so many great singers there. I'm
Yeah,
confused.
Melinda, I did call to one of them. I just didn't want to say the wrong one. So
Yeah.
maybe if Melinda, if you'd give us the next song, of course, and I'll unmute you here. Oh, look at that library back there. Amazing. And a lovely rainbow coming in on your face. So I've asked to unmute you, Melinda. I think you have to accept my unmuting.
Can you hear me?
I can indeed. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. So this is a song written by Robin Williamson. It's one of my favorite songs. Let me just see what the pitch is.
Wonderful.
That winter, sweet Molly, as cold as can blow, across the shore lay a mantle of snow. I think of you often, wherever I go. Fare thee well, sweet Molly. Now green grows the bracken, and the leaves on the trees. The clean April air bears the smell of the sea, and the trees in their blossoms remind you to me. Fare thee well, sweet Molly. There are many wise words on the parting of friends, but for you and for me there is never an end. So forever and on until we meet again. Fare thee well, sweet Molly. As clear as your eyes were, so soft and so blue, as warm as your heart was, so soft and so true. There is always a strength in remembering of you. Fare thee well, sweet Molly. Now I've all these days of a life to fulfill, and in setting my feet to the steep of the hill, beyond death's cruel severance, I'll think of you still, as ever I will, sweet Molly. Oh, Sinead.
Lovely stuff. Thank you so much for that song, Melinda. I hope you can hear the applause from the Seamus Ennis Arts Centre as well. Thank you so much. So I'll mute you again. And lovely library and scene there. I actually unmuted you though. Geez, it's a treat to be back on Zoom. It's probably been maybe 3 years since I was on a Zoom session. Looks like she's muted. So I think I had Elaine lined up to sing the next song. Elaine, do you feel like singing right now? Here, I'll unmute you here. Oh, is she not on the call anymore? Looks like Elaine fled the scene when she heard I was going to call her. So we'll jump the queue to someone else then. Maybe if Cormac would you share to sing a song, Cormac? Up in Donegal. How goes it, Cormac? Oh, I unmuted you, and I think you're muted again.
Can you hear me now?
I can indeed.
Yeah.
How are things?
Oh, good, thank you. I'm going to do a song from Tory Island. Well, it was actually a poem, and the air had been lost. And Dominic McGilly-Reid, the famous genre singer from Gador, put an air to it. So it's called Poddick McCready. So,
Mighty.
Poddick McCready, hot funding you was, Gamada to go one in the ranch. Karataria Hawaii Tajawakan Turkish Ilanges Kabwaneges Body Nivaladi Suara Bervian Lishwigluashat Atarin Kiraquantin Spanya and Kawaras at Wakers Lawa and Wasa Nivarari Krachan Nedavadrik Tapagia Semano Dugan Fele Gematarin Hadnaranke Dan slept off glass the fina kojedi Itarin Fahinegas Brandy Kerbenuling Roderick La Harun Spanya Tataganya Sadia King Klawan Krata Lake Feed the Nation De La Spanya Sa Frankie You're a nature and you're a pavi Fish new with Fanu Navi Nogan Yogoni Namahinger Agus Kavi Antoni Erskine Far Kroger La Lingia Water Gestancher Ta Quakeges Bona Hafashing La Manu and yet Oge Dorgin La Better project is Sunday we all Nive are in Dornans the tower. If who is giving the riots the fella, she got ruining a jumper. Now even your nature them than the slutty. You're my just say on your king. The hulking the shit on a cow in your face. She seemed to run your margin how would he? So we are going on a hard and shoot at the Scotty. Plaster arm larger is brandy. Dan sorry healing the Dunbar is there. From brandy is pintiness farne, a body natty taring Syrian wood, cannot a Patrick, Tapa Nancy, and Clevet the Dari, Yari, is your iron silver Gabriel. Nelulat Katrina ban eman ang kriwar Sakita hivnyas na Shine, Maiga.
Oh, my who, lovely stuff. Thanks for that. Thanks, Cormac. Well, I think we're going to go back to the room from the Zoom now for a few more songs from the floor. Take it away, Fergus.
Lovely stuff. I'd like to welcome our very special guest, Zoé Basha, for a few songs now, if she would. We were chatting earlier, and I think we could have gone on talking about talking all night. So we had to be reminded quickly that this session was going ahead because really interesting things. There's a concert next month coming up in which Zoe is opening for Cormac Begley. She's exploring incredible Appalachian influence with Irish music and harmony singing and the choral aspect. And anyway, loads of stuff that we could geek out on all night. But rather than that, let's just all put our hands together and welcome a couple of songs from Zoé Basha.
Thank you. Thanks very much for having me. One morning in May, Well, I spied a fair couple come walking this way. The one was a lady so fair. The other was a soldier, a brave volunteer. Together, this couple did go to the banks of White Island where the deep waters flow. And they sat down together at the cool of the spring to see the water glide and hear the nightingales sing. They had nothing together but an hour or two, when out of his bosom his violin he drew. See, he touched just one string, how his violin did ring, to see the water glide and hear the nightingales sing. Kind soldier, won't you marry to me? Well, oh no, my poor maiden, that never can be. See, I'm married in Arkansas and children have 3. 'Tis the prettiest little woman that you ever did see. And I'll go back to Arkansas and stay there 1 year. In the state of my country where the drinks are so dear. And when I return, I'll go back to this spring to see the water glide and hear the nightingale sing. Yeah, as Fergus was saying, I'm interested in the crossover between Appalachian songs and Irish songs, and this song, this next one, you might know because often people will sing a couple of the lines with me, and I know it from Gene Ritchie, so I wonder if other people know it from Gene Ritchie, or if other people know other versions. So let me know. Oh, love is teasing, love is pleasing, and love's a pleasure when first it is new. But as love grows older, it still grows colder and fades away like the morning dew. I left my father, I left my mother, I left my brothers and sisters too. I left my home and my fond weather, my young men all for the sake of you. Oh, love is teasing, love is pleasing, and love's a pleasure when first it is new. But as love grows older, it still grows colder and fades away like the morning dew. Come, all ye fair maids, take a warning. Don't ever heed what the young men say. He's like a star on a soggy morning. When you think he's near, he is far away. Oh, love is teasing, love is pleasing, and love's a pleasure when first it is new. But as love grows older, it still grows colder and fades away like the morning dew. I'm a fan of the sad songs too. I'm half French, half American. My father's French, my mother's American. And I grew up in between Miami, where I went to school, and France, where my dad lived. And I'm interested in French songs, but I know less of them than songs in English. But this is a French one that my friend Thierry taught me. Thierry I met, he lives in Belfast. He goes to sessions often, so people might know. But he's French, and I met him in sessions in Dublin like 10 years ago in traditional singing sessions, and then other sessions in general. But he taught me the song. It's called Ma Délire. Ma délire, tu t'en vas, tu t'engages. Pourquoi me faire languir aussi longtemps? Et nous voilà à la fleur de l'âge, mais d'un âge agréable et charmant. Mais d'un âge, mais d'un âge, mais d'un âge, mais d'un âge agréable et charmant. Te souviens-tu, ma charmante Louise, quand nous étions sur l'herbe tous les deux? Et moi là-bas qui aime la plus belle, il faut boire et se parler d'amour. Il faut boire, il faut boire, il faut boire. Il faut boire et se parler d'amour. Comment font-ils, ceux qui n'ont pas de maîtresse? Ils passent leur temps bien misérablement. Et moi là-bas qui aime la plus belle, il faut boire et se parler d'amour. Il faut boire, il faut boire, il faut boire, il faut boire et se parler d'amour. Ma délire, tu t'en vas, tu t'engages. Pourquoi me faire languir aussi longtemps?
Can you tell us a little bit of what that song was about? Or
Oh, it's
some of the words?
It's torturous love. It's somebody singing to his lover Louise, ma charmante Louise, my charming Louise. On va dire, tu t'en vas, tu t'engages. Pourquoi me faire languir aussi longtemps? Is it unrequited? I mean, they had a fling, but then we don't. Then I think it doesn't go so well, and so he's heartbroken. So he's singing about it.
If you grace us with one more, we might take a little 10-minute break then to get a cup of tea or a pint, and then we'll have the second half then.
Cool. This is
In French, they're saying it. The pop-up Gaeltacht attendees are saying more French here. Actually, trí na chéile, no Kangalsha and ish. Is that Donegal Irish over there? Do you have another one in French or any at all?
I don't have a sorry. There's another not tonight, another night. This is one of the many One Morning in May's, and it's also called The Bad Girl's Lament or The Young Girl's Lament. And yeah, it goes like this. There's loads of versions of it. I think this is a mix of a couple versions, but mostly from Texas Gladden, who's an Appalachian singer with a great repertoire. It was recorded a while ago. When I was a young girl, I used to seek pleasure. When I was a young girl, I used to drink ale out of the ale house and into the jailhouse, out of the madhouse and down to my grave. Come, mama, come, papa, come set you down by me. Come, mama, come, papa, and pity my case. My poor head is aching, and my sad heart is breaking. My body salivated, and I'm bound to die. Go send for the preacher to pray o'er my body. Go send for the doctor to stitch up my wounds. My poor head is aching, and my sad heart is breaking. My body salivated, and hell is my doom. I want 3 young ladies to bear up my coffin. I want 4 young ladies to carry me on. I want them to hold up a bunch of white roses to lay o'er my body as I pass along. One morning in May, I spied this young lady all wrapped in white linen, all wrapped in white linen, and cold as the clay.
I think on that note, we'll end this half. That might be one of the most well-documented song cycles of all time. I know it as the Unfortunate Rake. Would you call it the same
I've
name?
never heard that
So
title.
and there's references in that version you sung to both syphilis
Yeah.
and was an old the version that Christy Moore famously recorded was more about the being wrapped up in certain linens would have been leprosy as well, I believe. Or it might also
I
have
didn't know
been
about the leprosy.
syphilis, but one of the greatest song cycles to go and turn into being about a cowboy when it went into certain parts of America.
Yeah!
The Cowboys Lament, originally a prostitute somewhere else, and just one of the greatest song cycles of all time. Something else that we could talk for too long about here, but no better point to take a 10-minute break and we'll come back and get even sadder songs. But no. So put your hands together for Zoé Basha, everybody. Thank you.
When I was on horseback, oh, wasn't I pretty? I'll start that one again. This is one from the same song cycle that Zoe just left us with in the first half. I'll give it a go. This would be from the singing of Mary Doran, the wonderful traveller singer. When I was on horseback, oh, wasn't I pretty? Oh, wasn't I pretty when I was in my prime? Oh, wasn't I pretty when I entered Cork City on the night of my downfall, on the 18th of June. Oh, get 6 jolly soldiers to carry my coffin. Get 6 jolly soldiers as we walk along, and 6 red roses on top of my coffin, so we can smell them as we go along. So play the pipe slowly, play the drums only, play up the dead march as we go along. Won't you take me to Tipperary and lay me down easy? I am a young soldier who never did wrong. Sinead?
Run back over here. So thanks for encouraging me to do that one, Zoe. I've never sung that before, but it's from the same song cycle, the Unfortunate Rake song cycle, as the lovely song that you left us from the first half with. And now, Connor, I know I messed up the first verse of that, so you're going to rectify it with another song here. Connor Sweetman, everybody.
Zoe also encouraged me to sing this song. Encourage, enabler, pressure. Anyone who is a regular at the Goaleen will recognise this. I got it from McKeely, and I'll see if I remember all of it. I live in Vermont, and one morning last summer, a letter informed me my uncle was dead, and likewise requested that I go down to Boston, as he's left me a large sum of money, it said. Of course I determined on making the journey, and booked myself by the first class at great pains, though had I gone second I'd never encounter the charming young widow I met on the train. I scarcely was seated within the compartment before a fresh passenger entered the door. 'Twas a female, a young one, all dressed in deep mourning, with an infant in long clothes she gracefully bore. A white hat surrounded a face oh so lovely, I swear I'll not see one like it again. I fell deep in love, head or heels in a moment, with the charming young widow I met on the train. The widow and I side by side sat together, the carriage containing us two and no more. When the silence was broken by my fair companion, she inquired the time by the watch that I wore. Of course, so I obliged her, and then conversation was freely engaged in by both till my brain fairly reeled with excitement. I became so enchanted with the charming young widow I met on the train. Well, we grew so familiar, I ventured to ask her how old was the baby she held at her breast. "Oh, kind sir," she replied, and then into tears bursted, the baby more closely convulsively pressed. When I look at my child, oh, I think of his father, my dearest late husband, my heart breaks with pain. Still shaking with tears, she put her head on my shoulder, the charming young widow I met on the train. By this time the train had arrived at the station, we being a few miles from the big one in town. When my charmer cried out as she looked through the window, "Oh, goodness alive, there goes Mr. Brown. He's my late husband's brother. Dear sir, would you kindly my best beloved infant a moment sustain?" Of course I complied, and then out onto the platform danced the charming young widow I met on the train. 3 minutes elapsed when the whistle it sounded, the train began moving, no widow appeared. I cried out, "Stop, stop," but they paid no attention, and with a puff and a jerk we moved on as I'd feared. In this horrid dilemma I sat for an hour. My watch, oh where was it, and where was me chain? My wallet, gold, pencil case, train ticket all gone, with the charming young widow I met on the train. While I was my loss still most deeply bewailing, the train again stopped and I tickets please heard. When I told the conductor of the loss I sustained, but when I told the conductor while still holding the baby of the loss I sustained, but he doubted my word. He called more officials, a crowd gathered round us, uncovered the infant, how can I explain? For it wasn't a baby, it was only a dummy, the charming young widow I met on the train. Satisfied I'd been robbed, they allowed my departure, so of course I'd to settle my fare the next day. Now I'd like to counsel young men from the country, lest you should be served in a similar way. Watch out for young widows you meet on the railway, who lean on your shoulder, whose tears fall like rain. Look out for your pockets in case she resembles the charming young widow I met on the train. Sinead.
Could I Could I tempt Michael Daly? Will you do us a song? Good man yourself. Thank you, Lauren. After this, we might go back for a couple on Zoom. We haven't heard from Rita Gallagher or Seamus or anything, so we'll check in with Zoom after a song from Michael here. So you're very welcome to your first time here at the session, so thank you.
I've been a wild rover for many a year, and I spent all me money on whiskey and beer, and now I'm returning with gold in great store, and I never will play the wild rover no more. No, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more. I went into an alehouse I used to frequent, and I told the landlady me money was spent. I asked her for credit, she answered me nay. For a custom like yours I could have any day, and it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more. I took out of my pockets 10 sovereigns bright, and the landlady's eyes opened wide with delight. She said, I have whiskey and wines of the best, and the words that I told you were only in jest, and it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more. I'll go home to my parents, confess what I've done, and I'll ask them to pardon their prodigal son. And then they'll caress me as oft times before, and I never will play the wild rover no more. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more.
Good man yourself. We're going to head back to Michael. How are you getting on there on Zoom?
Oh, it's just so nice and cozy up here in the Zoomosphere, but it looks great in the Seamus Ennis Arts Centre as well. Great songs from the floor. Lovely first set, Zoe. Thanks for those songs. So I'll call 3 singers if we've time for 3. Fergus, maybe if Seamus would sing the first song, Rita Gallagher, as Fergus mentioned, and would Shane Power sing the third song? So let's unmute Seamus and see what story he has to tell us tonight. How are you, Seamus? Oh, it's my responsibility to unmute you. Though you're immutable.
Unmute everything. Yeah, now we're in
Yay.
business, I think. Great stuff. This is a song I learned from Kevin Mitchell from, well, originally from Derry and then subsequently from Glasgow. And Kevin left this world just under 2 years ago. And this is a song I suspect he might have learned in Inishowen, just as a point of reference for some of the people around. Anyway, this is the Old Grey Man. Oh, me parents, I abandoned them, and on them I do frown, for they wed me to an old grey man for the sake of his money and ground. Had they wed me to a glamour boy without 1 penny at all, sure he'd take me in his arms and he'd rowl me from the wall. When I go to fairs and markets, sure, I see all me glamours there, and I look upon me old grey man, sure he fills me with despair. He fills me with despair, me boys, and I'll tell you the reason why. For he has two hanging eyebrows, likewise a jealous eye. Hold your tongue, dear Sally, love, till I go to the town. I'll buy you a nice wee petticoat and a lovely wee muslin gown. And of all the ladies at the fair, you'll outshine them all by far. And I'll buy you a lovely wee lapdog to follow your jaunting car. To hell with you and your lapdog, your jaunting car likewise. Sure, I'd rather have me glamour boy with a dark brown rolling eye. I'd rather have me glamour boy without one penny at all, and he'd take me in his arms and he'd rowl me from the wall. Well, now the old grey man is dead, and he has left to me £50 in solid gold. Isn't that a handsome fee? His farm, his riches and free land, sure he's left to me them all. And now I'll marry me glamour boy, and he'll rowl me from the wall. Well, it wasn't long after our honeymoon that he began to jar. First he killed me wee lapdog, then he crashed me jaunting car. Me teapot and me china delf, he smashed and broke them all. So God knows I suffer sorely for me rowling from the wall. Yes, I've surely suffered sorely for me rowling from the wall. Kevin Mitchell, rest in peace.
Mighty stuff, Seamus. Thanks for that song. And can you just tell us a little bit about the pub that's in the background there for everyone watching at home?
The pub is the late lamented Carberry's in Drogheda. And as many of the people in the Seamus Ennis Arts Centre would know, it's for many years it was a fine pub for sessions, traditional and singing, but with the advent of COVID, it closed and it has never reopened since. So the singers of Drogheda had to move elsewhere in the town, but they keep up the tradition.
Well, thanks for keeping it alive with that lovely Kevin Mitchell song and for remembering the pub just there. So I have to confess, I made a mistake and I missed a message in the back channel that we actually only had time for 2 songs. So apologies to Shane Power, who I called for the 3rd song there. So we've just one singer before we go back to our special guest, Zoe. So if Rita Gallagher, you'd please sing, we'd be delighted to hear you. And let me make sure you're unmuted. You're spotlighted up there, and I'm going to ask to unmute you. You know the drill. Yeah. Hi, Rita.
Hiya, Michael. Hello, everybody. I'm going to sing Dark as the Colour, and I would have learned this song sort of indirectly from Len Graham, who got it from Willie Clancy, I believe. So we'll give that a go. Dark is the colour of my true love's hair. Her face is like some rose so fair. The the ground whereon she stands. I went to the Clyde to mourn and weep, but satisfied I ne'er could sleep. I wrote a letter in a few short lines. I suffered death 1,000 times. So I lay me down and I wrote this song. I wrote it neat and I wrote it long, and with every line I shed a tear, and the last line said, farewell, my dear. So fare thee well, my own true love. I thought you were as true as the stars above, but of pleasure on earth no more I'll see. I'll never treat you as you've treated me. Now the winter is past and the fields they are green. The time has come that we have seen, but still I know the time will come when you and I shall be as one. Sinead. Thank you.
The Holland what a lovely version from Singing of Len Graham,
we
Viola
can't hear you,
Clancy
Michael.
through
Just-
Rita Gallagher. Thank you, Rita.
Oh yeah, there we go. Very good. Unless if one of the employers here might Shane Power wants to jump in and do a a Britney Spears cover or anything at all, we'd be working double time to be singing as well as keeping all the tech going here. So I think we'll come back into the room. I just want to give a big thank you to all our wonderful singers on Zoom and here in the room. Our special guest has just run off to the bathroom for a second, actually. Okay, we'll sing her praises and embarrass her when she's back. Does anyone want to cover for her for a minute, or will I sing a verse of a song? I'd prefer.
Michael hasn't sung yet.
Oh, there we go, Michael. It's going back to you if you would sing us a song. You're being requested here.
Who requested me? I was trying to sneak out without a song.
Just the masses, everyone.
Masses of sing. So Zoe's away, so we just have a short song for when she's in the away.
I believe she's grabbing her guitar to do something very
she's
special
tuning
for
up
us. So,
the
yeah.
guitar. Okay. Let's see. Well, I was thinking about Seamus Ennis and the Seamus Ennis Art Centre and how great it is that there is a centre in honour of Seamus Ennis, and thinking about his legacy, it is really profound. the legacy of his work in collecting and piping and singing and everything. So I'll sing a song, "Beloved," by Seamus Ennis. I hope I will. You muses nine with me combine, I claim your kind attention. It's the praises of a maid divine I am going to make no mention. But island pride rings in my mind when I approach his Annie. She's fair at sight, sweet maid she is, the maid of Ballingarry. With compliment I did present my first and only charmer. I said, fair maid, I am afraid you are carrying Cupid armor. But if you'll agree and come with me, together we will tarry, and our joys we will crown in Killarney town. Sweet maid of Ballingarry. How could I go, dear John, she cried, and leave those groves and plantings, to leave behind my caring friends, and all for me lamenting. Besides, my age is scarce 16. Will you impose upon me and try to ruin a maid so young, the maid of Ballingarry? But willingly she did agree. To Limerick town we walked on, into a tavern there we went, where lovers often tarried. Love, it sparkled in her eyes, as sweet as sugary candy. Cupid fluttered on her lips, and they were wet with brandy. Oh, now, dear John, you have won my heart, although you being a stranger. My life and fortune I must part, to keep you from all danger. So now we are bound o'er Killarney town. I will gang along with Johnny, and I'll bid adieu. But to a few, when leaving Ballingarry. Chin chin. Long live Seamus Ennis Arts Centre.
Gorgeous, Michael. Big appreciation in the room here for you, and congrats on joining us for your first time co-hosting. Thank you so much. I'd love to go back to you, Zoe. I don't know if you wanted to grab your guitar or just do us a song first.
Yeah,
But
I'll do.
while you're doing that, let me just say that you're in a wonderful trio called Rufous Nightjar. That album is out, and your own album will be coming out in April next year. So we're very excited for that. You have some exciting gigs next month as well on the 21st in
Or
Dublin.
the 24th.
I've checked your website.
Well, the 21st is a gig in Dublin.
Yeah.
That's just, that's a gig at O'Regan's Pub. And then the 24th is in Cork City, opening for Cormac Begley.
Yo.
And that's for Quiet Lights.
Lovely stuff. And then the album will be out for everyone to hear.
The album is recorded and it's being mixed and mastered. And singles will start crawling out in December, but the full album's coming out in April.
Wonderful.
That's exciting. It's my first one. Yeah.
So in your own time, take us away with a song. I'm sure they'll come bursting out the singles, not crawling at all. I'm sure momentum.
I'll start with the little one, just a little one, called "Love an Old Husband." It's kind of a funny one that I got from Texas Gladden also. What do you want for your supper, my loving old husband? What do you want for your supper? What do you want for your supper, my loving old husband? The best old man I love. Eggs. Well, how many do you want, my loving old husband? How many do you want? How many do you want, my loving old husband? The best old man I love. Half a bushel. Well, aren't you afraid they'll kill you, my loving old husband? Aren't you afraid they'll kill you? Aren't you afraid they'll kill you, my loving old husband? The best old man I love. Well, don't care if they do. Well, where do you want to be buried, my loving old husband? Where do you want to be buried? Where do you want to be buried, my loving old husband? The best old man I love. Chimney corner. Well, why do you want to be buried there, my loving old husband? Why do you want to be buried there? Why do you want to be buried there, my loving old husband? The best old man I love. Keep me warm. Well, won't the devil keep you warm, my loving old husband? Won't the devil keep you warm? Won't the devil keep you warm, my loving old husband? The best old man I love. That's it. Sorry, there could have been another song, but there's not.
Nowhere to go after hell.
Yeah. I'll do one on the guitar and then do like a So this is a song called Falser John that I learned earlier this year. I was doing a residency with a friend of mine who's an Occitan musician. Occitan is the music from the southwest of France, or kind of south of France in general. But this isn't one of those songs. This is a song. It's called Falser John. It's in English. And it's one of the stories, the classic stories where there's a woman and she's wooed by a man, and they run off together. He convinces her to run off with him, and she takes all of her father's goods and her mother's goods, all the money from the house, and they leave. And then he tells her that he's gonna kill her and take all of the stuff, and then she tricks him and pushes him in the river and goes off home. Well, false Sir John wooing came to a lady young and fair. May call, then what is this lady's name? And her father's only heir, and her father's only heir. He wooed her while she spun the thread, and while they made the hay, until he gained her low consent to mount and ride away, to mount and ride away. She's gone into her father's coffer, and where all of his money's lay, she took the yellow and left the white, and lightly skipped away, and lightly skipped away. She's gone into her father's stables, where all of his steeds did stand. She took the best and left the worst in all of her father's land, in all of her father's land. And she mounted on a milk-white steed, and he on a dapple gray. They rode till they come to a lonesome spot, a cliff by the side of the sea, a cliff by the side of the sea. Lay down, I'll make Calvin your bridal bed, you'll see. It's 7 women have I drowned it here, and the 8th one you shall be, and the 8th one you shall be. Well, lay down your silk so fine, and lay them on the stove, for they're too fine and costly to rot in the salt sea foam, to rot in the salt sea foam. Well, then turn around, oh false Sir John, to gaze at the leaves on the trees, for it don't become a gentleman a naked woman to see, a naked woman to see. False Sir John turned around to gaze at the leaves on the trees, and she made a dash with her tender little arms and pushed him into the sea. She pushed him into the sea. Oh help, I'll make Calvin, oh help, or I shall drown. I'll bring you back to your father's house and lightly set you down, and lightly set you down. with false John that went with you right in, that went with you right in. Well, hush, oh hush, you little parrot, don't tell no tales on me. I'll give you a cage of beaten gold with spokes of ivory, with spokes of
Do one more for us, anyway. That'd be wonderful.
Cool. I'll do. So this is a song that people, I think, often people know this song. It's I learned it from recordings from the Goaling sessions, maybe 10 years ago or something, and then I was doing a residency on Aaron Moore, and I was researching singers who were recorded there, and there was Biddy Jo Donnell was a Aaron Moore singer who did a version of this song, and she has this really great way of switching the melody around anyway, but this is a sort of mixture of those two versions. It's called Go and Leave Me, or it's called Once I Loved with Fond Affection. Once I loved with fond affection one whose thoughts were dear to me, till there came weary parting, and now he thinks no more of me. Go and leave me if you wish to, never let me cross your mind. If you think I've proved unworthy, go and leave me, never mind. Many's the night, love, as you lay sleeping, dreaming of some sweet repose, and I, poor child, quite broken-hearted, listening to the wine that blows. Go and leave me if you wish to, never let me cross your mind. If you think I've proved unworthy, go and leave me, never mind. Here's the ring that first you gave me, when our hearts they were entwined. Go give it to the dark-haired lady. She'll never know that it once was mine. Go and leave me if you wish to, never let me cross your mind. If you think I've proved unworthy, go and leave me, never mind. Should I?
Wonderful stuff. Thank you so much. That was really special, Zoé Basha, and we'll look forward to hearing your solo album next month, although people can hear you already as part of Rufous Nightjar. We're really excited to be building momentum with this session, so we're going to be back with Roisin Chambers, another wonderful singer and fiddle player. on the 21st of next month. And that's our very last one for the year. So please do spread the word and get people over on the Zoom and in the room for the 21st. We're going to keep it warm and cozy here. And then, as part of TradFest, we'll be back in January on Wednesday as a change on the 22nd of January. And we're going to have Moya Brennan, who would have inspired so many of us to be in this troubled and wonderful world of music to begin with. So we're really building up towards that. I'd like to thank Michael Steen, my co-host, and everyone on Zoom there. Thank you so much, Michael.
Absolutely. Thanks, Fergus. Thanks to everybody who zoomed in from around the world. I think we had at one stage 15 people from multi-county, multi-country attendance. So mighty session, and thank you, Zoe, for your songs. Great to hear you.
I see people on Zoom that didn't get to sing this month, such as Pip Noble. We hope you're fully recovered to join us again next month and sing a song. Ben, Mars, Marty, you're going to have something ready in fluent Irish, I think, from all the way from England, Germany, wherever you're from again. He's travelled all over. He's one of these bloody singers who gets to work all over the world. So we're really excited to see you all back, and please spread the word for our next one with Roisin Chambers. And put your hands together one more time for Zoé Basha. Thank you so much. See you again. Thank you. Bye from the Seamus Ennis Centre. Thanks again.